So this comment reads that The Economist did a study 6 years ago saying the USA should already be a global soccer power based on popularity and material factors. But it's not. Something is not working with the youth development. So I obviously had to look at this study. And what did I find? Well, it seems that this study doesn't exist, or at least it's not actually published in The Economist like he said it is. However, I did find this paper on what makes a country good at football, it says. So we have a little bit of data here about the popularity of the sport in many different countries. And we look at different countries in the popularity. For example, Africa gets 90% of its attention to soccer, to where in America, it's only 20%. And in cricket-loving South Asia, it's only 10%. So my point about soccer being somewhat of a niche sport in America still seems to be true according to that. Then it talks a bit about China. And one of the reasons the Chinese are not doing very well is, according to this, only 2% of Chinese people play soccer. If only 2% of your country is playing soccer, well, having a billion people doesn't really help that much. Now, it does suggest, coming from Simon Shimonsky, who is an economist, and he co-wrote the book Soccernomics, that a lot of developing soccer countries are in what's called the middle income trap, where they can copy things from the already developed soccer countries, but they seem to stall and lack the ability to get over the top. However, as someone who has read Soccernomics more than once, he predicts that eventually some other countries will get over that middle income trap, and the most likely candidate is the United States of America. And it's because we have resources other countries don't have. Mostly, we're much bigger, we have much more money to invest into soccer, and out of those developing soccer countries, it's one of the most popular and growing in America. It's only 20% of Americans play now or show interest in it now. But in the next 10, 20 years, it's going to get up to 30 and 40 and 50%. And then you're going to see things happening. But even before I looked up this study, I was skeptical of it because you gave a 6-year time frame. 6 years is incredibly short for major impacts. Now, that being said, I think there's actually an argument to say USA is already a world soccer power. I mean, are we going to exclude the women's game entirely, or does that count? I mean, 4 World Cups and 5 gold medals seems like a world superpower, actually. But on the men's game, my argument has always been this is a generational progress, not an overnight fix, which is one of the things I've noticed with you guys. You guys, oh my God, he's been saying this for years. I've literally only been on TikTok 3, maybe 4 years now. So saying it for years is not really saying much. I'm thinking 20, 30, on the long end, 50 years. It could happen any time during that area, but the USA will be among the favorites to win the World Cup on the men's side by that time. And the MLS will also be one of the top 2 to 3 leagues, if not the top league in the world. And the thing is, unless you just think Americans, because of Americanism, just will never embrace soccer, can never figure it out, it's really almost an inevitability. You guys just can't even stand the thought of it. It's going to be even tougher when you actually have to see it happen in real life.